SAR scan project seems to be a gift that keeps on giving. So let's have a look at the latest and another really interesting thing to look at, which is the Osiris Shaft. They've actually done a scan of that as well. People who scanned the Khafre Pyramid, and also a few years ago they scanned the Great Pyramid, have also scanned the Osiris Shaft. I think many of you won't have heard of the Osiris Shaft, but it is a very, very interesting place to visit. It goes fairly deep into the ground already, and it is well known by Egyptologists. The information that's just come out includes information about the Osiris Shaft, but they call it the Osiris Well. So let's look at what has come out from the SAR scan project, and then later I will give you a bit more information about the Osiris Shaft, just to put it all into perspective. The SAR analysis shows that the structure pushes down deeper beyond what we already know about it, and it keeps going until it meets a probable empty structure, which is thought to be a room, so it shows up as black in the tomography. To my mind, this actually requires a whole paper in its own right. This is really fascinating stuff. For those of you who are not familiar with the Osiris Shaft, let's just have a quick chat about what exactly it is. Nothing mythical about it. It's a well-known structure under the Giza Plateau, which is closed off to the general public. It's a 3-level underground structure that descends somewhat precariously via a metal ladder to a depth of approximately 30 meters. That's almost 100 feet. It's located between the Sphinx and the second pyramid of Khafre. That's the one with the scan that we've been talking about. Kind of off to one side from the walkway, and so as such it's not particularly noticeable. You've got to actually have it pointed out to you if you're walking up the walkway. So if you look over from the walkway, you'll see, by leaning over a bit, you'll see a metal door, and when people are going to go in it, you just see a queue of people waiting until the doors open, and then they kind of disappear in there, and yeah, they go down into the depths. Once inside, you get to see 3 levels, and some massive stone boxes, and an underwater cavern. And if you find this interesting, you should check out the videos on this subject by one of my friends, NEXT. I think his are the best videos, and I'll put a link in the description so you can get a good feel for this particular location. There are a few diagrams that people have done, but the best way to get a feel for this place is to actually watch a video or pay the exorbitant fee and go and see it for yourself in person. So what does this very brief bit of information from the SAR scan mean in terms of the Osiris Shaft? Well, it indicates that the lowest level that we know of the Osiris Shaft isn't the lowest level. In fact, when you look on one of these diagrams, you actually see that there are penciled in, let's say, the more shafts that haven't been explored, and I'd say that's because that area is underwater. But if the SAR scan is correct, then these go down a lot further, and they go down to another large void, which is in black in the SAR scan picture. And I'm hoping that when the final report comes out, there's a little bit more about this part of the Giza Plateau.